Have you ever wondered how your favorite movies could have turned out differently? Test screenings play a crucial role in the filmmaking process, providing directors with valuable insights into how audiences perceive their work. Um, in this video, we'll explore 10 movies that underwent significant changes after terrible test screenings, uh, from romantic comedies like Pretty in Pink to action-packed adventures like Thor: The Dark World. These films demonstrate the power of audience feedback in shaping cinematic masterpieces. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this fascinating journey through Hollywood's test screening history. And remember, subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. As a movie enthusiast, I've always been intrigued by the creative process behind films, especially when it comes to test screenings. These previews offer a unique glimpse into how audiences perceive a movie and provide filmmakers with an opportunity to make significant adjustments if needed. Although some may view it as a form of cheating, test screenings have undeniably rescued many well-known movies from potential failure. Test audiences have become an integral part of the movie making journey, reflecting Hollywood's commercial sensibilities. But despite this, their influence has undoubtedly shaped numerous films throughout history. Let's dive into 10 movies that underwent significant changes after terrible test screenings. One, Pretty in Pink, 1986. Test audiences didn't like Andy ending up with Ducky. In the iconic Brat Pack film Pretty in Pink, Andy, played by Molly Ringwald, is caught in a romantic dilemma between the wealthy and popular Blaine and her loyal of friend Ducky, who harbors unrequited feelings for her. The original ending saw Andy ending up with Ducky, but test audiences weren't satisfied, leading to a rework where Andy and Blaine get together while Ducky finds another girl at the prom. Um, number two, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Scott ended up with knives, which is worse than him ending up with Ramona. The movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World concluded in a manner that didn't properly address the unresolved issues of its characters, rushing into a new romance without proper resolution. If it had followed through with its initial ending, Scott would have ended up with knives instead of Ramona. Fortunately, test audiences helped prevent this outcome by saving the film from its original ending. Three, Blade Runner. Blade Runner's happy ending and doesn't trust audiences to understand the symbolism. Multiple versions of Blade Runner require clarification with a focus on its deeply philosophical narrative. The US theatrical cut was long considered the primary version for many years, significantly impacted by the feedback from initial test screenings. Following these viewings, studio executives requested that Ridley Scott include Deckard's narration to clarify certain aspects of the movie's plot. This version also introduced a more optimistic ending for Deckard and Rachel, for Little Shop of Horrors, or 1986. Audrey 2 kills the main characters, and takes over the world. The Dark World, 2013, Loki didn't survive, preventing his role in Ragnarok Endgame. And Loki in Thor, The Dark World, Loki's death was initially intended to be final, playing on the trope of villain redemption through death. However, this decision was largely revised due to test audiences finding it hard to accept given Loki's history of deceit and narrow escapes. 6, and Back to the Future. We might have to say about Doc's wanted to know that Doc's dog Einstein was okay. In the 1980s classic Back to the Future, an additional scene was included due to the audience's feedback concerning the fate of the lovable canine Einstein. This added a fulfilling moment to the story, demonstrating how time travel functions and allowing Doc and Marty to wait for Einstein's arrival in the future present. 7, Goodfellas. Goodfellas was too violent for audiences the first time around, attorney since 2 days. The film Goodfellas stands out in various aspects for its crime genre. It serves as Martin Scorsese's unofficial tale on American avarice, boosting the careers of many prominent actors and leaving an indelible mark on cinema. However, during test screenings, Goodfellas was met with significant criticism, primarily due to its graphic violence. Beat Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard's opening scene was changed rather than its ending. The opening scene of Sunset Boulevard was initially a misstep, presenting Joe waking up in the morgue to narrate his tale to the corpses. However, after receiving feedback from the test audience, they altered the opening to better suit the narrative by portraying Joe's death, which set the tone for the entire story. 9. The Lovely Bones test audiences demanded a more karmic death for the villain in The Lovely Bones. And The Lovely Bones, the film adaptation of the original novel, the movie's initial conclusion saw the villain's demise, but this death scene was altered due to feedback from the test audiences, and then the creation made. The death scene was changed to incorporate a lengthier and more agonizing death for the character, providing the audience with a sense of justice they desired. 10, the Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption's ambiguous ending was changed to a surprisingly happy one. In The Shawshank Redemption, the original ending left the audience questioning whether a happy ending truly occurred. However, the enthusiastic response from the audience during a test screening persuaded Frank Darabont to keep the ending where Red and Andy reunite, resulting in an ending for this timeless movie that is both moving and optimistic. And in terms of pre-moving our concept research. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.